Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IS English. In our today's video, we'll try to talk about the Sangai festival of the state of Manipur. Now the notes that I will be using in our today's session, in case if you want to download them, and you should because these are important from your exams, you can go to this particular Telegram channel ATS Live. And while you're at this channel downloading the notes, please do not forget to subscribe to it also. So let us start our today's discussion by understanding why are we talking about the Sangai festival of the state of Manipur. Now, Sangai festival, which happens every year in the state of Manipur, it began this year in the capital city of Imphal on 21st of November, and this is a 10-day long festival which will continue up till 30th of November. Now, one thing unique about this festival that it is named after a species that is a rare species of Sangai deer available only in the state of Manipur. Where it is available in Manipur, we'll find out in our today's video. Now you need to understand this festival, Sangai festival, it captures and showcases Manipur's historical traditions. It covers the handloom, food, indigenous sports and even local crafts and culture of the state. So that is why when such kind of a festival happens anywhere in India, it brings together people from multiple communities, and this is very significant as far as state of Manipur is concerned, because we all know for a long period of time Manipur has been under the constant state of ethnic conflict. So there is no better way to unite people as compared to a festival like Sangai festival. So that is why before ending our today's video, we'll also understand why this kind of a festival is important, particularly for a state like Manipur. Okay. Now let us try to start about understanding various features and cultures of the state of Manipur and how Sangai festival plays a very important role in it. Now Sangai festival is a flagship cultural festival of Manipur which began since 2010 and it happens every year, starts from 21st of November and continues up till 30th of November. Now this is a state sponsored event, which means the government of Manipur also plays a very important role in organizing this event, popularizing this event not just in the entire state but all across the country. So Manipur government wants to project this festival as an opportunity to promote world-class tourism destination that is Manipur, so that many domestic and foreign tourists also start to arrive in Manipur. Now you need to understand this festival in a way promotes soft power, that is the culture of Manipur. It helps Manipur assert its identity, helps Manipur differentiate it among different states in the northeast, and it also helps in cultural branding of the state as against the entire nation. You need to understand this also demonstrates India's cultural pluralism. For example, what is a Hornbill festival to a state like Nagaland? Similarly, Sangai festival is also a similar kind of a festival but for the state of Manipur. So this is why it shows you the various nuances, the various kind of cultural practices that are involved in different parts of the country. Okay. Now, what is special about the festival, Sangai festival, is the link that it establishes between culture on one hand, and on the other hand it establishes the link with conservation of a very important species, that is the species called as Sangai deer. Now whenever we cover about any important species that is in news, we try to divide our discussion based on three different halves, right? That is habitats, habits, as well as protection status of those species, what I like to call HHP of those species. So first let us understand where is this Sangai deer available in the state of Manipur. Now you'll be surprised to hear that Sangai deer is found only in Kebul Lamjau National Park that is located in the state of Manipur in the Loktak Lake, and this is world's largest single mass of fumdis, which are floating lakes, right, or floating vegetation on the lakes, and this is located in Bishnupur district of the state of Manipur. Now let us talk about the conservation status or the protection status extended to the species that is Sangai deer. Now I looked at multiple different locations. What I found that the IUCN status of this species, that it is recognized as a critically endangered species, and this fact I borrowed from the Manipur government's website. On the other hand, there is a Worldwide Fund for Nature WWF. It says that the species protection status is endangered, but I have gone with the official government's status, that is the critically endangered species. Similarly, in India's Wildlife Protection Act, this is given the highest protection, that is under Schedule 1. So whenever a species like Sangai deer or like tiger, whenever they are mentioned in the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, it means hunting and killing and capturing of those kind of animals is prohibited by law, and it is criminally a punishable offense, right? Similarly, when a kind of a festival like a Hornbill festival, or even for that matter Sangai festival, when it links the cultural aspect of the state with a important species that is a rare species, it symbolizes ecological sensitivity. It also shows biodiversity conservation is one of the important aspects of the culture of Manipur, and it also shows you how humans as well as nature, they can coexist peacefully, leading to benefits of both of them, not harming either one of them, right? So this is what is about the species that is Sangai deer. Now this is the image of those Sangai deer, and you'll notice something peculiar about their horns. These horns of deers are called as antlers, right? So let us talk about some important habits of this species, what makes this different from other deers. Now what you need to understand in terms of size, Sangai deer is a medium sized deer, right? And it is known for its distinctive antlers, which I just showed you in the last image. And you also need to understand these deers have an extremely long brow, and this extremely long brow is what gives them the name brow antlered deers. In terms of their outer covering, that is the winter coat or fur that they have, it is a dark reddish brown color winter coat which turns pale in the months of summer. Now this deer also has a very peculiar habit which gives also another nickname to this deer. Now I need to understand where is this deer available in the Cable Lamjao National Park, which is a floating national park. So when this deer moves around the Cable Lamjao National Park, it has to hop from one vegetation to another. And this hopping ability of antlered brown deer or the Sangai deer is what gives them the nickname of dancing deer also, because it hops from one vegetation to another, right? So this all important facts that you need to know about the Sangai deer. And why are we talking about Sangai deer? Because this deer is what gives the name to the Sangai festival of Manipur. Okay. Now let us come back to the Sangai festival. One of the important cultural practices that goes on during this festival was performance of Ras Leela. Ras Leela is a dramatic dance which involves or which symbolizes the love story between Radha and Krishna, right? Similarly, it also has multiple tribal folk dances. Most important is Lai Haroba, right? Now, whenever such kind of a festival happens, you need to understand what is the impact of those festivals in the local culture, right? So you'd understand this is a performance of Ras Leela where both men and women perform, and you need to understand the central element of this Ras Leela is down to a women dancer, right? So this is the image of Ras Leela, and this is the practice of Lai Haroba, okay? Now let us come back to those festivals. Whenever these kind of festivals and dance events happen, this gives or enhances the visibility to tribal identities. It brings tribal cultures which are mostly isolated into a common discussion, right? And it helps other people living in the different parts of the country be aware of the kind of practices that tribals have, and it embellishes and symbolizes the tribal's culture. Similarly, it also plays a very important role in strengthening the communal harmony. When people belonging to different walks of life, belonging to different communities, they watch these kind of cultural events together, it naturally brings them closer, not just in physical proximity, but also it removes the differences that might have cropped up within different sections of people. Similarly, you also need to understand this event of Sangai festival also includes many individual sports which are a part of cultural identity of the state of Manipur. For example, martial arts and athletic games like Thang Ta, which is a form of martial arts prevalent in the state of Manipur. This also is demonstrated during the Sangai festival. It also includes Yubi Lakpi, Magna Kangjai as well as Sagol Kangjai, right? All of these are different martial arts and athletic games. Yukpo Kabla is a coconut rugby, and Magna Kangjai is a hockey and wrestling put together. Now this reinforces what kind of heritage? It reinforces intangible heritage. Intangible heritage is a part of culture which you can't touch, right? Which you can witness or experience. Similarly, youths are involved here, and this also provides a very good source of attraction for both domestic and international tourists. So these are different aspects of the Sangai festival that we talked about. Now, the biggest part of our today's discussion is why such kind of a festival is important for a state like Manipur. You need to understand for a long period of time, Manipur is witnessing an ethnic conflict primarily between Meitei communities who are residents of a valley region in Imphal on one hand, and tribes like Naga and Kuki who inhabit the hill parts of the state of Manipur. So because of this ethnic tension, what we have seen that Manipur for long has been seen disruption of law and order. And the easiest way to bring people closer together, help people remove their differences is to hold a festival like Sangai festival. So this festival would act like a vehicle of social cohesion, and it will also allow people to culturally heal themselves, because we can disagree with different demands of these tribes. Like Naga have one demand, Kuki tribes have another demand, Metis have some other demands. We might disagree on that, but one thing you'll agree all these people have in common is the interest of Manipur. All these people, including different parts of people living in India, all of them want peace and tranquility to happen in Manipur. All of them want Manipur to witness growth and development. But the precursor of all of this would be to remove the social tensions that happens or that continues to happen between the different communities. And I believe Sangai festival has an opportunity to do that. What do you feel about it? Please do let me know in the comments. Similarly, it also brings an economic angle towards it. Now, I need to understand Manipur is located in a part of country that is a northeastern part of the country, which has witnessed lesser economic development as compared to other parts of the country. So to bring economic development in Manipur, the easiest way to do it is to harness its tourism potential. And such kind of a festival, when it happens, it brings the culture of Manipur in the limelight. And naturally, the tourists, both domestic and international, would be attracted to it. So Manipur's push in this regard would be to promote experimental tourism, its ecotourism models, where it can highlight that how we have been able to successfully ensure man and animals living in close confines, developing each other. Similarly, it would boost domestic and international tourism. It would boost sales from MSMEs in Manipur, as well as provide rural people the necessary livelihood. So it overall fits in the larger discourse, that is to conserve biodiversity. So environmental angle, social angle, economic angle, all of these are covered just by studying one important festival of Manipur, that is the Sangai festival. Understood? So let us conclude our today's discussion. I have two questions that I want to show you, and these are very important questions that have appeared in the exam. So please stay tuned. Before that, you need to understand what I just discussed forms the part of art and culture syllabus, and art and culture belongs to history. Now, every important subject, be it art and culture, modern history, ancient history, medieval history, post-India independence history, not just talking about history, I'm talking about geography, economy, polity, all of the important subjects are covered in our P2I foundation batches. The name itself, P2I, it suggests everything from prelims to mains to interview will be covered in our resolution plus batches, and we have started admissions in November evening batch, and the sale which is ongoing right now, which would give you the best rates possible, would end on 30th of November, that is by the end of the month, exactly when the Sangai festival would also end. Now you need to understand, if you take admissions, before making the payment, if you apply this code ATS Live, you will get maximum discounts, not on just 2027 target year courses, but also on 2028 year courses and also on optional subjects. So one easy way to remember it, you have to learn to thrive by using the code ATS Live. Now let us come to the discussion of the previous year questions. So you can, I'm sorry, it is the Delhi pollution that is doing this. Now let us come back to this question. This question appeared in 2018. Consider the following pairs, and you have to match the traditions and the states they are prevalent in. So Chapchar festival, it is prevalent in Mizoram, so correct. Kongchom Parba ballad, which is again an integral part of Manipur's culture, so correct. Thangta dance, which we understood today is a form of martial art, it is prevalent not in Sikkim, but again in the state of Manipur. So from this discussion, we have safely eliminated third statement. First and second pair is correct, and we have to identify the correct one. So option B becomes your right answer. Now, this is a practice question which is very similar to a question that appeared in 2017, also on a culture of Manipuri Sankitarna. So I have changed that question to suit our today's discussion. With reference to Ras Leelas of Manipur, consider the following statement. Do let me know the correct answer to this question in the comment section. The ones who answer it correctly would get a thumbs up from my side. Okay. So, and again, before ending the video, if you want to download the notes, these will be available on this particular Telegram channel called as ATS Live. You can go to it and download the notes. And if you have problems in locating it, you can always scan this QR code and find the channel. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Please have a very good night, and please do let me know what do you feel about this festival in the comment section. I'd love to hear all of your opinions. Okay. Please have a very good night.